Hi, my name's MJ, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 ways in which you can start thinking like a traditional Chinese medicine student. So something you can do to start thinking more like a traditional Chinese medicine student is to start thinking more concentrically. You're probably used to thinking more linearly, as linear logic is the predominant way of thinking, as it's highly prized and rewarded. But when it comes to a holistic medicine such as TCM, you have to take on an approach that doesn't see things by cause and effect. So rather than taking information and separating them like domino pieces, you want to start thinking of things in a more concentric light where you've got a layering of information. Number 2, stop thinking in absolutes and start seeing things as more relative. And the reason for this is that TCM views the body, again, under a holistic lens. And the body pretty much doesn't have a black or white zone, so to speak. Everything is constantly fluctuating, moving with the seasons, with a person's lifestyle, with the patterns of their environment. And so thinking in absolutes serves no purpose for a body that isn't absolute in any way. And thinking relatively is also really crucial as a student when you're having to analyze what is out of balance in the body, because at the core of TCM, we're trying to bring things back into balance. Whenever you have an illness, it's when things are out of balance. So to do this, you really have to understand how things are relative to one another. So when you have too much heat, you should look at what is going on with the cooling elements of the body. And then when you have too much cold, you have to ask yourself what is going on with the more fire-related elements in the body. So this is where thinking relatively comes in super handy. And number 3 is to not take things at face value. The reason behind this is because traditional Chinese medicine, the primary objective isn't to treat diseases. The primary focus is to address patterns. And to address a pattern, you can't solely rely on the immediate or superficial presentation of something. Because 2 people could have the exact same cold, but they might have gotten it through different ways. This person could have gotten it by exposing themselves to cold elements, maybe not dressing warm enough. This person might have got their cold by just having a weaker immune system, by having a weaker constitution. And so the way that you would address treating these patients would look very different because the patterns that led them to their specific cold were fundamentally different. So those are 3 ways you can start thinking like a traditional Chinese medicine student. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.